Hey there, collective. Welcome to Angel Messages on Unmasked Universe, where we unmask the universe that lives inside of you. Welcome into Sunday's energy. Yes, we're finally here, Sunday. I hope you're having a fantastic day. That things are going well. Things are evening out a little bit in your lives. Yesterday may have been a bit of a commotion day, or it might have been a little bit hard or difficult to face some truths that, maybe you weren't wanting to look at. So hopefully today's energy is a little bit, smoother for you, a little more relaxing. We'll see what the angels have to say about that. We'll get into our crystal of the day. So today we're going to talk about selenite. So this is pure selenite. It's a selenite wand. It does come in many different sizes. This is a bigger piece, but you can get them in, way smaller chunks and even on necklaces. It is a mineral, so it does dissolve in water. It is not good to use in your elixirs. The only recommendation I would have with this, if you're going to use it in water, is that you can actually dissolve any minerals for their specific properties into water that you're going to infuse with herbs and things like that to spray as a energetic cleanser in your home or protection. You can use it for that, but it does take a little while to dissolve it. So you can get quite a few uses out of a small chunk of selenite. But do be aware, this is not one that you want to consume in your water for drinking, okay? Then we have the fishtail selenite, which looks like this. I have a few different forms, but not all of them. This one, I used to have like a lamp that went underneath, an LED lamp, and it would change colors and it went all the way through. It looked really cool. But that lamp died a long time ago. And then another form of selenite that people don't usually recognize as selenite is desert rose. Desert rose is a form of selenite. So this is a fairly large specimen. That makes it easier to show with my camera. All right. Just wipe my hands off because the desert rose does kind of, there we go, does kind of let some sandy type material off of it. Okay, so let's get into selenite. All right, so translucent selenite is a very or a very fine vibration and brings clarity of mind, opening the crown and higher crown chakras, accessing angelic consciousness and higher guidance. Pure selenite is a link to the light body, helping to anchor it into the earth's vibration. Selenite is a calm stone that instills deep peace and is excellent for meditation or spiritual work. Telepathy is enhanced by each person holding a piece of pure vibration selenite. The purest translucent white selenite has the ethereal quality and is said to inhabit the place between light and matter. An ancient stone, it is nevertheless one of the most powerful crystals for the new vibration of Earth. I love my selenite. I use it to grid my home. And it's great for getting energy off of you too. Let's see here. Where was I? Selenite can be used to form a protective grid around the house, creating a safe and quiet space that does not allow outside influences in. Use internally in the corners of your house. A large piece of selenite placed in the house ensures a peaceful atmosphere. Selenite wands, that would be these, can be used to detach entities from the aura or for preventing anything external from influencing the mind. Carrying the imprint of all that has happened in the world, selenite reaches other lives and is very useful for checking on progress made and for accessing the plan for the present life from the between life state. So because it contains the memory of the whole world, it can actually go in between lives from past lives to present life to see where you're at in your progression of ascension, as well as um, the lessons that you've learned, right? That's your karma. What lessons have you learned? How far have you come since the last life? Caring, oh, I've already read that. Where was I? It pinpoints lessons and issues that are still being worked upon and shows how they can best be resolved. It can be used for scrying and the future and to see the future or to ascertain what has happened in the past. If you don't know what scrying is when you look into something, it could be fire, it could be smoke, it could be water, it could be a crystal ball, it could even be a selenite ball. Um, it could be a lot of things, but you look into it to see what shapes and things that you're seeing. You can even look at the clouds to do that, to see what messages you can get. So you can intuit by scrying into things. All right. Psychologically, selenite assists judgment and insight. Mentally, it clears confusion and aids in seeing the deeper picture. It brings about a conscious understanding of what has been occurring at a subconscious level. This is a powerful dispenser and stabilizer for erratic emotions. Oh, hmm. Okay. So I'm just going to check out the different. So this fishtail one that I have, no. That one, it provides deep healing for the nerves. It is extremely calming and stabilizing emotions and diffusing tension. This form of selenite is often called angel's wing selenite and or as it facilitates angelic contact. The desert rose selenite helps to dissolve self-imposed programs that have been running for too long. It releases the program and assists in finding an appropriate replacement. It can be used to strengthen affirmations of purpose. So that's probably a really good one to have along the ascension path while you're deprogramming your conditioning from childhood, right? And from your life up until this point. And then it doesn't really say specifically for this one, so I think that was more so included in the first one. But yeah, so that is a little bit more on selenite. Beautiful crystals to add into your life. A lot of these really have properties that are going to help you along your own journey of healing. So that is why I am incorporating it into these messages because it's a very loving thing to add into your life and help you. And if you're, I don't think I've ever said it before, so I'll tell you now. If you need to cleanse, well, you do need to cleanse your crystals um, more often than none, if there's a lot of energy or negative energy in your space or your home or your environment or you're wearing it, you want to cleanse your crystals frequently. And the reason is that they absorb energy. That's kind of part of their purpose is that they absorb negative energy, but they also amplify energy. So if you wear something that you've been wearing during like emotional upset or chaos or spiritual work, you want to cleanse it so that you're not getting that reverberated back into you, right? You want it to be at its highest frequency so that it can help you eliminate whatever it is that you're using it to work on or to assist you with in that moment. And so to cleanse your crystals, so clearly minerals you are not going to put in water. And a lot of them can be cleansed on some amethyst, right? Now that one might be a little small for that, but it would still work as long as the bottom of it is balanced, right? So amethyst cleanses crystals. I've told you that already. But for other crystals, if they are not water soluble, 940. But for other crystals, if they can go in the water, you can run them underwater. Or if you're in a place where you can contact the earth directly right now, this time of year, then you can put them on the earth and in the sun or in the moon, depending on what kind of crystal they are. And that, the energy of the earth, as long as you set the intention and ask the earth, Mother Gaia, to pull out any negative energy, any stagnant energy, any energy that no longer serves the highest vibration of that crystal, it will pull that out and cleanse it for you. And then you just need to recharge it either by sun or moon, depending on what it is. Uh, pink pink quartz is another one that you don't want to put in the sun, by the way. You want to charge it under the moon. But yeah, just check online, do a Google search with your crystals and see if it can go in the water or not. Or otherwise, it may need to go on the earth. But remember, again, if the grass is dewy or it just rained, you're not going to want to put it in the grass if it's a mineral, right? So, all right, a little brief introduction to crystals so that you can be on your way to using them for your best good and your highest interest. Let me just tap into the collective energy and our collective guardian angels again. Right, guardian angels of the collective. What does the collective need to know? Oh, okay. That was fast. Tapping into the energy of January 19th. Peace and thank you. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, angels. What does the collective need to hear most for the energy of January 19th? Okay, thank you. What does the energy call for the collective to hear on Sunday, January 19th? There we go. Thank you, angels. Okay, so all right. So we've got reflection. Oh, I keep forgetting to show the cards. I just realized that I didn't do the last one either. You know what? I'll just show them all right away. And then that way I don't forget. Sorry, guys. So the first one is reflection 987. Look inward and evaluate your actions. Embrace introspection and self reflection on your own development. I'll read them first and then I'll show them to you. The second one is grounding, angel number 432. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centered. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. Okay, the third one is trust. Angel number 232. Trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith that the divine plan and trust, or have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Okay, and then alignment is the last one, angel number 111. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in the divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. Okay. Come on, camera. One of these days. One of these days, I oughta. Okay, it doesn't want to. If I can get it to focus now, then I can just bring the cards in and out. Okay, here's the other one. 432. I'm just gonna have to make do. And then 232, trust. And 111, alignment. Okay, so let's get a angel number from the book, from the rusty old book. It's not actually old, but all right, let me just tap into the collective energies here. Guardian angels of the collective, please let me know what page to stop on. Okay, let me know where to stop. Okay. Okay, well, that wasn't helpful. Maybe it's angel number 2 again. Okay, I think it might have been for the next page because that's where it actually starts. So, where I stopped on there was angel number 3. So, if I was to turn the page, it would have been angel number 3, harmony. So, it says, mind, body, and spirit are one. If something in your life is ignored or neglected, everything suffers. The health of the mind, body, and spirit connection is essential in living a fulfilled existence. This is the message from your angels today. Think of what you are doing to nurture all parts of you and where you can do better at listening to the things you have neglected within. Hmm. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Um, because again, that's part of the alignment process is there are some spiritualists out there, um, and a lot of different practices out there that just teach you that, you need to be spiritual, that you just need to align yourself spiritually and you'll be happy and you'll be fulfilled and you'll be this and that. But it's actually not about that. It's about not only finding yourself and loving yourself and coming back to yourself, then coming back to source through you because source lives through the experience of each of us. But alignment, true alignment, is when you align your thoughts and your mind with your energy, your body, your emotions, the way that you actually treat your physical vessel, and also spiritually, right? So and energetically. So true alignment comes in all of those formats, and um, part of that is also the human experience. So we can't neglect that we are still having a human experience. We're spiritual beings in a human vessel who are having a human experience. And so there's parts of that that we don't want to neglect either. And of course, where you are on your path is going to determine how comfortable you are in having experiences. Because sometimes you might have come out of something rough and you don't feel very trusting or open to other people or experiences, and you may still want to be, in your cocoon where it's safe. But in those situations, then you have to ask yourself, well, what's going to be fulfilling to the human? What does the human want to experience? Right? Maybe it is something like dancing in your house or having a karaoke night. Maybe you want to sit down and paint something, even if it's paint by numbers. That's my style. I don't know how to paint at all or draw. I can do any other kind of art and craft. I can make anything just by looking at it with my hands and then make it. But those two are not my forte. So when I paint, I usually go to like a painting night where they show you step by step how to paint something or paint by number. That can be very cathartic. Same with, you can get those mandala coloring books for adults. That's very cathartic. Or you can get even animal ones, all kinds of different ones. But, you know, picking things that your human wants to experience. Think about that. Even if you're not ready to be out in the world, if you are and you have a community and you have friends and you have people who love you and accept you for who you are, great, go do something there. But if not, think about what your human body and human experience want, because what I'm seeing here is you know, it's time to assess where you're out of alignment in a sense with your human experience. And that's in due part because of the emotional states that we've been in after that full moon kind of, you know, chaos. Now we're in this state of like, okay, well, it is reflection time. It's time for me to not only think about my relationships, like the reading yesterday, my relationships and, where I'm actually putting in more effort than what I'm receiving. And if a conversation can heal that, or, you know, if I have to let something go, but bringing into balance what the human wants to experience as well. And because we're talking about alignment, it's not just the human, it's what we're feeling on a physical level. So if your human body is tired, if your human body would really just like to be given a massage, and if you can't afford one, how about you do it for yourself? Or if you have a kid, how about you ask to trade massages, right? Or a spouse or a partner or a friend. Hey, I'll give you a scalp massage if you give me one. There are ways around everything. What does your human need? And I know it's weird to put it in that context, but when you look at it from that stance, it's just so simple. The human body does not require a lot. It's not asking you for a lot. And so when you can carpentalize, I can't even say the word. Anyways, when you break down your experience, your human experience into sections, like this is what the body needs, the basics. This is what the human needs to feel loved. This is what the human needs to feel like joy in their lives. This is what the human needs to feel safe. This is what the human needs to feel confident and secure. These are all ways of understanding how to block it and how to break it down so that you can go, oh, okay, well, this is kind of like the list of things that in that category that, my human body is asking for right now. So whether that is enjoyment or relaxation or pampering, or whether that's just self-love or fun, or it's maybe you need to feed the body in a healthier way, right? So it's not just about having fun and love and pampering ourselves, but are we rested? Are we getting enough water? Are we feeling dysregulated? Are we exhausted in any capacity, mentally, physically, or emotionally? Because that will drain your body's energy, any of them, let alone all three. So, does the body have its basic requirements being met? Um, are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating nutritious, healthy food? Because if you're skipping out on that part and you're doing everything else, you're going to feel your energy drain. Um, and you'll notice on this path, the lighter foods, like the more vegetables and fruits that you can, if you can tolerate them, because I know in my human body it's having a lot of troubles with food. So I'm down to about 5 different foods that I can eat, cruciferous vegetables and ground meat for the most part, without having any kind of reaction. So you have to base it on what your body needs. But I know that my first spiritual awakening, I was able to eat vegan at that time. I had a lot less issues with the body and trauma stored in the body. And so when I ate vegan, and I'm not saying you have to eat vegan, but when I ate vegan, my energy was just like this. And I had just had a baby and I was going through PTSD but it really helped me to gain control over my life. So just incorporating more raw fruits and vegetables, or even cooked, but raw is gonna give you that energy. So the lighter foods, so maybe less of the dense foods, but the lighter foods can help. If you incorporate a little bit more into your diet, that could help and change how grounded you feel, how regulated you feel. All of these things, the angels are kind of signaling to you, hey, There's aspects of yourself that are out of alignment right now that you're neglecting. Could even be your inner child. So sometimes the way to get to the bottom of what you need, I mean, with the physical body, it's fairly simple. Your body does not lie. It keeps the score. It does not lie to you. So listen to your body. But if it's on any other level, sometimes a good little hack is to tune into your inner child, talk to them very sweetly as if you're actually talking to a child, like how you would have liked to be talked to and approached, when you were little. And ask them, what what might be out of alignment for us? What are you needing? What do you need right now? Do you need anything? Can I get you anything? Talk to them sweetly, and don't talk to them in an aggressive, blunt, and untactful way. Intactful, untactful, not sure, but don't talk to them in a way that does not have any tact. Because if you come at a kid aggressively, I mean, who wants to be spoken to like that? Most people don't. But if you have a wounded inner child, even as an adult, you're going to get reactive or pull back from that. So keep that in mind when you're talking to your inner child and ask them, what is it that you need to feel safe? What is it that you need to feel loved? What is it that you need to feel confident? What would bring you joy right now? These are very simple ways of just reconnecting with yourself and then finding out what it is that you're really lacking. And that is your indication that you're out of balance. And that'll tell you right then and there, oh, okay, write it down. It might be more than one thing. Write it down. See if you can fit that into your schedule. If you haven't seen my video on apathy, the apathy list, or I can't recall what I called it, but it's how to get rid of or get over apathetic states or states of sadness or even depression. I created this idea of a list. Actually, I didn't create it. I think my guides or higher self just gave it to me, of a list. So you have your to-do list, and this is a different form of list that actually incorporates every section that you kind of need in order to get yourself back into a balanced state. So it's not, well, it doesn't have every section. It doesn't have like the eating and the taking, extra, well, it has pampering, but it doesn't have like eating and some other things in it. But it is a way of looking at life that when you create your to-do list, you can break it down in sections and make sure that you're doing at least one thing from each category, if not two. And that way you live in a balanced state all the time. Now, there's going to be days that you can't. That's just the human experience. It's the way it goes. So don't beat yourself up if you cannot do it, but do your best to fit in each section into your life, at least one thing, even if it's tiny or small amount of time, to show yourself that you love yourself and to bring yourself back into alignment. It's very simple, actually, that practice, that list. I call it the apathy list, but you can call it whatever you like. You can call it the balance list, right? And it's just taking to account what it is that you need. And if you don't want to create a list, you can just simply ask your inner child to say, like, what is it that I really need today? What do you need really? You know, and ask them in the categories so that you don't miss anything. Because sometimes you'll find that your inner child is lacking something excessively. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's kind words to yourself. Maybe it's you're not depreciating yourself. Maybe it is the food. Maybe it's the sleep. Because what do little kids do when they don't get enough sleep? They're super emotionally dysregulated. And that's when little kids have lots of temper tantrums and meltdowns and yeah. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, well, I'm letting you know. And adults are no different. And a lot of times, if we're wounded, we'll act in the same ways. So understand that when you're out of alignment, everything else in your life becomes harder to achieve and balance. Everything else becomes a struggle just to do. And so just taking small fragments of your time throughout the day, even if it's on a break and you're doing some mindfulness or like a 5 minute meditation, or you're grounding yourself, or you are thinking nice things about yourself, or you're saying some affirmations to really reel in positive things about yourself. Um, Whatever it is that you do and when, make sure you incorporate little tiny bits of that self directed love. And this will make everything else more achievable and more streamlined for you. And what they're saying is make sure that whatever you choose to do and how you choose to do, ground that into reality, because it's one thing to have all of this in your mind, reflection, 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 reflection. How am I going to make it work? How am I going to balance it all? I don't know how to get into this alignment thing. Um, Ground your ideas into reality and bring yourself back into your body, by doing these small things to get in alignment. And trust that if you do, you will be brought into that alignment stage. It may not happen in one day because you might have been neglecting certain aspects of yourself for so long that your inner child no longer trusts you in that department to take care of yourself in that way, or to take care of them, really. And so the whole point of alignment also is to realign yourself with your inner child and to love them and to show them, to show up for them, and to show them by demonstrating self love that you're going to take care of them and not abandon them anymore. And so you need to have that trust built between yourself and your inner child in order to fully start healing those aspects of yourself that you've been neglecting for a long time. And that means balancing out your days wherever you can and however you can. Even if it's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and 5 minutes there. Beginning of your day, when you get up, 5 minutes to you. Middle of your day, 5 minutes to you. Looking in the mirror, telling yourself beautiful things, or talking to your inner child. 5 minutes at the end of your night before you actually close your eyes. Whatever you can fit into your schedule. It doesn't have to be monumental. It doesn't have to be all day. It can be as simple as that. 5 minutes, 3 times a day. Anybody can fit that into their schedule. Anybody. So that is where I feel called to end the reading. Hopefully this resonated with you and it helped. If it did, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment in the community if you'd like. And if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe. We love all of our community members here, and welcome. All right. Have a wonderful Sunday. Hopefully you get some rest if you're working. Please be safe out there. Enjoy yourself. When you do get home, put your feet up and relax because you deserve it. Actually, you all deserve it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what day it is, you still deserve it. I love you so much, and I will talk to you in the next video, okay? Bye.